What are we expecting here in the region?
Yeah, so Standard Chartered and UOB are going to report earnings this week. Of course, just like other U.S. banks, the rising interest rate can benefit their lending businesses. Especially for Standard Chartered, we are talking about the 200 basis point increase in HIBOR rate since the end of March. It can support the net interest income. And for UOB, after the acquisitions of Citigroup assets in Southeast Asia, we may see some upside in its consumer banking businesses. So they are the first batch of Asia's bank to report earnings. Definitely will set the tone for the remaining.
Felix, give us a sense of, the kind of end of the interest rate hiking cycle. That could be helping some of these lenders, and which of the industry groups perhaps likely to benefit most here, I suppose.
Yeah, so the Fed is expected to rise interest rate by a quarter of percentage point, and some investors already can see that this may be the last interest rate hike in this tightening cycle. In that case, it may bring some weaknesses to the dollar, and then the fund flow will be redirected to Asia and some sectors, just like AI and chips. SK Hynix is going to report earnings this week. Just like TSMC and Samsung, we may see a sluggish growth this quarter because of the oversupply during the pandemic. But the thing is, the chairman is already expecting that, the semiconductor industry is going to turn around in 6 months and 1 year. So we may see some positive guidance during the earnings announcement.
And Felix, last week it was all about car consumption, how things to really boost the consumption story in China. Are we likely to see any, company earnings supported by this?
Yeah, so last quarter, we see the demand in Chinese car market is very weak, and we have things like the price war you just mentioned. So, but we start to see the sales to pick up in this quarter. Just like BYD already reported a threefold increase in net income for the first half of the year. And this week, we have CATL to report earnings. So we are expecting to see a strong sales in EV batteries, and also the falling lithium prices can actually benefit the margin recovery. So we start to see China rolling out some supportive measures to the industry, and we may hear more good news in the coming announcement.